Within this single kilometer lie two completely different worlds. Below are the streets of an urban village, and right here is Huawei's global headquarters. Shenzhen is the most high-tech and modern, yet also one of the most extreme cities in China. This city has created a GDP miracle of 3.68 trillion RMB, ranking 9th among global cities in 2024. It is home to top global tech giants, as well as over 1,000 urban villages bursting with local life. I'm taking the subway to Matishan village. It looks completely unremarkable on map apps, but on the internet, it goes by another name. Can you guess what it is? The Huawei village. Coming out of the station, the brightly lit area in the distance is Huawei's global HQ. On the other side is the lively and bustling urban village. This subway station is actually called the Huawei Station. It's also the only subway station in Shenzhen named after a corporation. This is the exclusive font for Huawei Station, which looks quite different from other stations. So this is Huawei Station. It feels so spacious and completely empty. Matishan village, nicknamed the Huawei village. It's not an official campus of Huawei. It just attracts a massive number of Huawei employees. Word on the street is that 65% of the tenants here work for Huawei. Their annual salaries start from hundreds of thousands of RMB. They are highly educated as well, holding at least a bachelor's or a master's degree. Many graduated from top-tier domestic universities and even elite Ivy League schools from overseas. Isn't this a bit cyberpunk? I didn't expect Shenzhen's urban villages to look so cyberpunk, but this is just a typical corner of Matishan village. Huawei employees might be living right here, paying a monthly rent of about 1,000 to 3,000 RMB. They can grab a plate of rice noodle rolls for just a few RMB, or some cheap fried rice noodles. They ride electric scooters to work during the day and head back to the village after getting off at night, carrying their takeout home. After eating and taking a shower, they keep studying or writing code. Walking in here feels like crossing into another dimension of the city, discovering a place I never knew existed before. Legend has it that this is the most highly educated urban village in China, making it the most paradoxical lifestyle profile in Shenzhen. English version of the Urban Village Manifesto. Down below are the streets of the urban village. And in the far distance is Huawei. The Huawei campus is located right next to Matishan village. There are other tech industrial parks nearby too, and they are almost a single wall away from the urban village. Today is Saturday, not a work day. I came here specifically during the daytime to see how Matishan village differs from the night. This village isn't big, quite small actually, but the population density is incredibly high. The space between the buildings is extremely narrow, just like many other urban villages. Following this road, do you see that green building behind me? That's the Huawei headquarters. It is almost fully integrated with the urban village. The local villagers and their children live right alongside these Huawei talents, all sharing this high-density urban village. Between the apartment blocks, there's a narrow gap where you can see the clouds passing through. This is an ordinary alleyway, but it even has a Japanese restaurant inside. The restaurant sign even explicitly says Huawei branch. Rental ads are posted everywhere.
对，这租房是多少钱啊？
那个
就这里吗？
块儿
就这一块
一
吗？
房一厅，
一房一厅
像我们这一栋得3000多，
，3000多，
对，
感觉稍微
有点高，
对
对吧？
对，
但是也有差的嘛，那也有2000左右的，民房1700-1800的，龙华那边的就是2房3房，它也就3000左右，但是说那边没有地铁口吧，就是
这个华为站在这边是吧？
对，
有图片吗？看一下。
这个有一个2480的
2480，
对，
采光无敌。
这边有一个2880的，
我看一下。
稍等一下，
一房一厅，
对，
这个可以啊，2880是吧？
对。
What do you think? 2,880 RMB for a one-bedroom apartment. The room is quite spacious with great natural light. I specifically asked who usually rents this, and he said tenants for this kind of place are generally high-end clients. They probably work at nearby tech companies or have reached a certain income level. Compared to other tier 1 cities, the rent isn't that high and is super close to work. Look over there. The headquarters is right over there. Let's go. Let's go check out the headquarters area. The sunset looks beautiful right now. Directly ahead is the Huawei headquarters. It is now 7:44 p.m. Matishan village has already come alive. The Huawei HQ campus makes me feel like the lights are always on. Huawei's night is like a lighthouse for Shenzhen. Riding over from Matishan village only took me 5 or 6 minutes. Even walking takes just 15 minutes. Along the way, I passed by many streets named after famous scientists. It feels like entering the romantic epicenter of a tech nerd's universe. It might be hard to imagine, but under every single lit window, there might be someone working on AI chips. Yet not far away, in Matishan village, someone is frying rice noodles. Throughout the whole night, you can see people running around this area. This is a city written in code, one that never sleeps. After running, maybe they go home, or maybe they keep working. This is Huawei, and it is the most authentic side of Shenzhen. This is the power of technology and the ultimate expression of the Shenzhen spirit. Hello, 我可以在这里面随便参观吗？
可以啊，
这里面有什么可以参观的？
这边都可以啊。这边就是主要是华为的一些产品，然后像这边的话有智选的一些车子，然后这边华为学堂目前正在开我们的 X Image 的课，对，每天都会有学堂的课程可以教消费者去学习的。然后旁边那边的话就是一些产品的体验区了。
那现在那个课我可以去听吗？
可以啊。
好的。
我的名字叫阿波。同时我也是华为学堂的一名讲师然后我在大学时期就是学习的摄影专业，然后我在很早开始就非常喜欢摄影然后也是毕业之后就加入华为。
这张照片好啊。
其实很多朋友第一个反应跟您是一模一样的就是很多朋友第一眼看到这张就觉得特别温馨的一个瞬间，对不对？I
ended up being the only student in this photography class, and the teacher shared his insights with absolute dedication. 对，
好，
讲得很好。
好，谢谢您。
来，兄弟，谢谢。According to him, it's usually very crowded here. This is the Huawei Global Flagship Store. It's an incredibly open space where anyone can freely try out products and film. Nearby residents can also just drop by, sit down, and take a break. Even just coming in to enjoy the AC is totally fine. It looks like a model, but it's actually a real phone. Flashback to the year 2002. Huawei relocated from Nanshan District to Bantian Street in Longgang District. There is a set of data from 2023. Bantian Street accounts for only about 7% of Longgang's land, yet it contributes nearly 50% of the entire district's GDP. Huawei's annual R&D investment exceeds 10% of its revenue, with over 140,000 active patents globally. The 1 kilometer radius around Matishan village is where everything originally started.就我随便搞一点，然后你会弄是吧 ？OK， 14对吧 ？Heading over to my exclusive seat. A 14 RMB plate of fried noodles. Let's give it a taste. Let's see if the fried noodles eaten by Huawei employees who make hundreds of thousands or millions a year actually taste good. Sitting right here, I can perfectly see the bright lights of Huawei, while on the other side is the kitchen smoke of Matishan village. On one side, there is the life people strive to sustain, and on the other, a constant race toward the center of the world stage. The two do not conflict, instead, they exist side by side. This is the magic of Shenzhen and the truest reality of this city. I'm actually just a regular worker bee in Shenzhen myself, but today I witnessed a brand new contrast. Which side truly defines Shenzhen? I think both do. Making $1 million a year sounds way too distant, but this bowl of fried noodles right in front of me is already plenty delicious, isn't it?